It is not my intention to subject my audience to a lot of the kind of drama which pervades YouTube and can become quite annoying, but there are a couple of issues I need to deal with which relate directly to the integrity and credibility of YouTube's foremost Apollo adversary and NASA antagonist, the grandson of the moon hoax theory himself, Jarrah White. So please bear with me in this segment of Anatomy of a Conspiracy Theorist. I'll get back into my hoax debunking and some other interesting subjects soon.
I am all in favor of free speech, but I do not endorse outright character assassination and cyber harassment. When I joined YouTube, I made a vow that I would never flag anyone's videos for whatever reason, no matter how dishonest or offensive they are. However, just as the non-suicidal have their limits, so do I. YouTube user Khalil Jordan Kent, or just KJK for short, has frequently stolen pictures and videos of moon hoax conspiracy theorists and doctored them to harass these individuals. He is also fond of cherry-picking selective quotes from his opponents, which he can then use as part of his cyberbullying. As a prominent member of the moon hoax conspiracy movement, I typically find myself in his crosshairs. Because his videos are typically just making fun of individuals, I just choose to ignore them. However, he quickly went from tolerable annoyance to outright disgusting and offensive. Finally, action needed to be taken. I reported his videos. Now, I am sure there are individuals out there, including KJK, who will try to allege that I got his films removed because he supposedly disproved my claims. Nonsense.
What's my name? What's my name? Say my name, bitch!
Jarrah, everybody knows why you flagged his account. It was because you were offended. You say so yourself, but that's not what got his account closed. What got his account closed was bogus DMCA copyright infringement complaints against him. You got annoyed when your flagging didn't work, so you committed perjury, and you filed false DMCA claims against every one of his videos, causing him to lose his account.
KJK, on the other hand, has constantly and maliciously stolen his opponent's material and manipulated it for humiliation purposes. KJK was outright provocative. Let's have a look at his list of offences.
Oh yes, let's do, as your list of offenses provides some comic relief for my video. And let's see how many of them are matters of copyright infringement, keeping in mind that there is no law or rule prohibiting other people from copying material from your videos.
Let's have a look at his list of offences. Namely, jumping on the bandwagon of stealing my C-130 video and completely blowing its content out of context, stealing the funeral video of me scattering a friend's ashes into the sea and calling those ashes dirt, on 3 separate occasions, stealing my photograph while simultaneously comparing my math skills to those of a Lou Costello character, maliciously misrepresenting the events of an unfortunate case of mistaken identity on my part, which has long since been corrected, and in virtually all his videos in which he mentions me, compositing my face onto the bodies of Jawas from Star Wars, the brainless scarecrow from Wizard of Oz, Jabba the Hutt, the Fool Tarot card, even a vagina. Yes, a vagina. I am dead serious. There is nothing funny about that. It is just plain sick.
Those are KJK's crimes. But let's count up real crimes. Khalil Jordan Kent, 0. Jarrah White, 10. 1 for every video you false DMCA'd. So since this competition is like golf where the low score wins, let's reward our winner, KJK, by playing a minute of one of his videos that you had illegally removed.
discredited, discredited, immediately discredited, discredited, immediately discredited, 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 immediately discredited. I'm going to work on it till the day I die.
Bill! Bill, you have to be the stupidest man on the planet to think this is a good idea! Look at you! You're part of a 12-headed jackass! This is the feces that is produced when shame eats too much stupidity! You people make me envy the deaf and the blind!
But I belong to something great here. I even got a nickname.
Discredited.
Granted, KJK has an acerbic wit and roasted you and your ideologues pretty severely, but he is very talented and creative, and his videos were full of energy and clever humor, albeit a bit crude at times, and he did debunk some hoax claims. These videos took a lot of work, and you illegally censored them. After your fraudulent removal of KJK's account, you attempted the same thing with Luke Quixote San Jose, causing some of his videos to be removed for bogus copyright complaints. And after you had KJK's account terminated, you were warned by numerous people that you had no copyright claims whatsoever and that your actions were illegal. But you went ahead and did it to Luke anyway. I have no doubt that you attacked his account because you just can't deal with someone with a PhD in physics who can easily expose your lack of education in math and physics and the elementary errors that accompany that academic incompetence.
Freefall would be if they restored the speed of the Apollo footage in line with their claims. Such tampering would be apparent to the world's physicists and engineers, well, to the physicists at least, and yet not one of them has cried foul play yet. Curve fitting gives us this quadratic equation describing the ballistic trajectory. Fitting the data to a parabola, we find that the r-squared value for correlation is 0.9852, so that's pretty good, given that a value of 1 is a perfect correlation. We can then work out the time of flight by solving the quadratic equation.
And I'd like to deal for a moment with what you call
An unfortunate case of mistaken identity on my part, which has long since been corrected.
Here's what you call an unfortunate case of mistaken identity. You fell for a joke name that you thought was Luke Quixote San Jose's real name. You then committed a severe violation of YouTube policy by trying to reveal his identity. You dug around and found somebody finally with that name who happened to be a college professor. Then you did this.
Like I said before, I sure hope Luke Quixote and are not the same person. But you know what? I now have his voice. Oh, and I also have this street scene here, which is probably his home address. Let's see if they'll match up with anything.
In fact, they were not the same person, and you're lucky the real who has nothing to do with Luke or YouTube didn't press charges against you when he found out about this. You removed the video at his request and apologized, which you call correcting the situation. That might be an acceptable conclusion if you had learned your lesson, but you didn't. You went after Luke's personal information again with another name you found and posted it in a video. That video was removed by YouTube and your account was suspended. But you have your own rules. You uploaded it again on someone else's channel, and YouTube had to delete it a second time before you finally got the message. I am also aware of an incident a couple of years prior to these where you went doc dropping on another forum. And you have the gall to accuse anyone else of cyberbullying and harassment. That is the definition of hypocrisy.
When you need to attack someone over a minor mispronunciation,
Mispronunciation.
pronunciation, mispronunciation.
Pronunciation. Pronunciation. Pronunciation.